Welcome back, everyone. It's Rowdy. Little update. Around level 70, I switched out Queen Xochi for the Grey King. Pure Faction team I did at 100. I believe it was 2 Nocturnia, Undead Drake, and one of the other ones. Just testing out a couple teams. Just rushing the boss now. And this is the team that I had planned on using all the way through 500, but I've got a couple more. One of them I'm testing for someone else, and it's for people that don't have High King Irongut. I know I've run a very similar team to 500, and we'll get to that in just a moment. But if they made delves where you could use a lineup very similar to this every time, I wouldn't mind delves. Except when you miss a 75. But usually I consider anything over 70 pretty good. But this team just cuts through everything. As I mentioned before, I used a very similar team in the Deep Hive and also in Lyras's Lair. One of them was Thrall, one of them I used Bogstrider. Oh, now this is a fun one, because you've got 3 troops that are immune to Devour. That's where Essence of Evil comes in. And that is who we're going to target first, is Leviathan, so we don't get our order messed up. Even though we don't get the attack stats from it, I really don't want the order on this messed up. As he misses the Devour. And he's cursed and I missed. And I said over 75. There we go. So, anyways, how is everybody doing on their delves? And how is everybody doing with the new Mythic? I have not had time to play around with the new Mythic at all. I figured I should, just because I found out that it was a looping team, which I don't really like, but should at least build some teams for it. I just have not had time. I do not want my mana drained, so... I believe that's Florian? Yeah, Florian. And my question to myself is, why did I not just devour Bogstrider? Because until these delves get hard, I just don't pay any attention. I just click, click, click. As long as it works. Yeah, pure faction. I used Undead Drake up front. I used Nocturnia. I used Fell Dragon, and then I used another Nocturnia with the banner that opened up with this kingdom. And as you can see, this team is not fair. I believe when I used similar teams in the Restless Lair and the Deep Hive, I don't think I lost once. We're usually on a bad delve, like Werewoods. Oh, that's one of my most hated delves. Let's try out another team that somebody in our guild thought up. I've only played one time through it, but it's with the Assassin class, and they have the usual, but we have Dust's Aura, so we get a Dark Storm at the start of battle. So we keep High King Irongut, we keep Thrall, and the other two go away. Weapons. One person is using this with Fire Ruby Staff so as not to block the last player. I kind of like Fiendfire, just because you're going to cast Thrall like probably 2 times to fill up and devour 2 different people with Irongut, and if anybody's immune to devour, we'll curse them with Fiendfire. And we put Zool in last place. So once you've devoured 2 people, the other one gets killed by Zool, the other one gets killed by Irongut with the skulls. And say goodnight. Just what I figured. That's the only benefit to having Obsidious right now, is he would have taken away his traits, so that would not have spawned. But I think we're gonna be okay. Cast Azul, 1 skull, Irongut with all that attack. It's a very nice team. Oh, and just so realize I have only bought up to weapon tier. I have not bought any of the, I believe it's tier 7 all stat upgrades. I usually buy the weapon tier and that would be it. And so for those of you that don't have Zool yet, oh, I'm sorry. It took so long. It takes everybody so long. And that is how fast you can take care of one of these. Quite enjoying this. I may actually buy another tier or two. We'll see how the weekend goes. I've kept you guys long enough. I will show you that other team I was testing for someone else tomorrow. I don't want to keep you any longer. Thank you for your time. Thanks for watching. And I'll catch you later.